Pudding!
Oh, hi guys. How's everyone doing? I'm having a moment of panic. Okay, we're good. Um, Welcome in, Emma, Rosebud. We're not saying hi to Rowan today because Rowan's not really here. Rowan's going the fuck to sleep. Rowan actually stayed up just to make sure that I wasn't lying when I said that my allergies were better, that the meds were actually working, even though the meds were, made to do exactly what they did. I tried to tell him, like, it doesn't matter. I I wake up during allergy season, I wake up feeling like crap every single day. Every single day. I wake up, I walk into the living room and I go, "Oh god, do I really want to stream today? Oh, I feel like shit." And then I take my meds and like an hour later I'm like, "Ooh, I wonder what I can stream today." So, I know, Donk.
Pudding!
I know. Aw,
I don't
Rosebud.
see much of nothing. A matter of fact, I can't even see you.
Thank you for the streak. I know though, like I've absolutely loved the people that I've met through doing this. Y'all are awesome. Uh I also had the thought that you need to give the SMP a name. And I'm debating on like I've done very little over there because like I'm like, maybe maybe I can like stream and it'll be like a brand new Minecraft series. Oh wait, I took off my glasses and I didn't approve it. No, the timer has to start. Thanks, Fish. Also, oh hi, Fish. Welcome in, Wandering. Oh no, no pickles. That sucks. I had 67, which, you know, pretty close if pickles were spoons. I don't know. It's yours. You name it. I don't know. I'm responsible for enough, Rosebud. I can't be responsible for your shit too. I'm a responsible adult. Kinda. Mostly. Sometimes. So the the plan today is we pick a build palette for the volcano, which lives over there. I've expanded the island so much you can see it from my front door now. We'll definitely have to check it out. We'll definitely check it out, Rosebud. Oh, hi, Nex. Welcome in. Oh, yeah, let's just go over there and take a look. There's nothing else to see over here at the base anyway. Nothing new or anything. Uh, The thing is, I might expand it a little bit more because I was hoping for more room around the volcano. Oh, hold on. I gotta land. I gotta land. What's going on? Don't die to zombies. Um, yeah, we
What
need
the
to
dog
figure
doing?
out the shape of the volcano, and like the shape around is figured out. I'm talking about the shape up because I don't want it to go like in really abruptly. I kind of was thinking like a plateau shaped, like it blew its top kind of thing. It's fine. I so first of all, she just ate, so she probably has the itis. Let's find out together. Yeah, she's oh no, she knows we're streaming, so she's staring at me. She knows. She knows what's gonna happen because you guys spoil the shit out of her.
That's a sweet treat
Yep, there it
because
is.
it looks like a sweet treat because
Oh
it looks
no.
like a sweet treat.
You guys approved it at the same or requested it at the same time. All right, we're gonna deny the second one that came in. And then we'll approve this one and we'll have the crinkle time. Crinkle test. Oh no, Bean. Bean, there's only 3 more left. We're gonna have to get more. Take it to bed. Thank you, ma'am. Such a good girl. But yeah, we need to figure up. I want it to look maybe like a crater that's like filled in over the years and has trees growing on top, you know? So like a plateau. But I think it's gonna have to go up there pretty tall. So yeah, that's the plan is the build palette for this. So we will spend a little bit of time in creative today, just figuring out the build palette. I know there's gonna be a lot of stone. There's probably gonna be some cobble. But I'm not sure if I want to do like a charred scar down the side, like old lava flow. If so, we're going to need mud, maybe basalt. I don't know. We need to figure out what looks the most like old lava. What's it called? There's a word for it. I don't know what it's called. All right. Yeah. Okay, Rose. We'll go look at it. Rose, I'm teasing Rose. Okay, let me put my glasses on, thank God. Igneous rock. Thank you. I knew there's water there. This is what happens when I can't see. All right. Put my glasses back on. Oh, and I did play with my shaders a little bit. I was getting tired of not being able to see the water. So I messed with the opacity. So now I can actually see the water that I put in my base. Our friend is still here. We need to come up with a name. I kind of just want to name him Junior. Oh, the other plan for today is random conversations. Yeah, you can adjust the settings. See now this is your fault. Us getting sidetracked this time. Zombert Jr. Uh see, and I switched to the newer one. Even though I like the older one better, I switched to the newer one because I'm dedicated to getting this figured out. Go into materials and then water, and then it's the opacity. And I might actually move it some more. Yeah, there we go. You can also um change the color in the new version. Where was it? Underwater, water surface color. You can change the RBG here. I want to take the green down a little bit. Let it reset. See, there we go. See how it turned a little bit more purple back there? And then you can turn the blue up a hair. So you can really fine tune it. See how I actually kind of like that better. Oh good, and it's dark. That's what I was waiting on, Rosebud, was dark because of the stuff that I did. It has to be dark for you to see. But yeah, it changes the surface color, and then the inside is still, you can change that separately. Okay, so this got done, guys. And nobody has seen it with the shaders. Everybody's, well, not everybody, but a few people have seen it without shaders. So this got done. This is almost done. I've got to put books in over here. I ran out of books. But I've finished the ceiling. The only thing I haven't finished is down there. I started kinda on it. Like if we come over here, I got rid of the ladder, the old ladder that was going down, and I got rid of the platform. So that's gone. But I put the firefly bushes underneath here, and I put ender chests under here, so we get some particle effects. But you only get the firefly particle effects at night. So that's why I was waiting for nighttime. There's a bean butt. I wonder if I can get a tail wag. Probably not. Mr. Cal is a nap. Hey, do we get any wag? Wag? I don't know wag. Fuck you, Mom. Yep. But let us look. Like as gorgeous as this is. I love that. I love that window. As gorgeous as I think this is. Wait till you see all the redstone. We're gonna go into spec. Because if you notice, this is different. So I can put shulker boxes full of stuff in here. I can put loose items in here, and all of my shulkers get returned here after they're emptied. So everything comes down here. Items, loose items go directly here and get spit out in this water stream. Shulkers come here and get unloaded. And those items then get shat into this and the same water stream. And then the empty shulkers comes up here and goes back to my shulker return. So then all of the items then come over here. And I have this set up to be almost fail-proof. I don't think I'll ever throw in more than 6 shulkers at a time, so this should never get backed up. Then it comes here. These items right here, grass, dirt, stone, cobble, andesite, gravel, and netherrack, are all going into bulk storage. So these get loaded into shulkers. Then those shulkers get spat out, and they come over here into bulk storage. So like if you look here, this is where all of my full shulkers of stuff live. So anything that's not one of these items, and I left room for 3 more. So if I end up with like way too much blackstone or way too much of something, I can just add it into the filter here and it'll just be added. So then it comes over here, and these three things turn all of the nuggets into ingots. So we got iron, we got copper, and we got gold, right? And then those nuggets get spat into that water stream and they go down there. We'll talk about that in a minute. These filters are for honey and quartz and clay. And those items get shat over here to be crafted into their respective blocks. So we got clay blocks, we got honey blocks, and we got quartz blocks. And then those items also get shat out over here and they are sent down here. Now this is where all of the ingots get turned into blocks. So before anything hits, oh, and this is also slime and I think redstone. Yeah, slime and redstone. So before any of these things hit my storage, it's already as condensed as possible. And then everything comes into storage. So that is the route that it takes. The redstone, I wish I could say the redstone took longer than the decorating. You would think it did, but it did not. The decorating took longer. So now what we're going to do down here is I need to figure out how many layers down I want to go. I think this is good for the start of glass, right? But I need to figure out how many layers of glass down. I think 6 or 7 is a good fog effect, but I don't want it to be super foggy. I want it to be a gradual fog, so I need to play with it. I need to see what looks better. If I need to do like glass, 2 layers of air, glass, or glass and then air, glass. Like I just need to play with it. I need to see what the best combination of glass and air is to make it look like haze instead of fog. Because I kind of do want it to just take that long. Like I want it to reach deep slate. Yeah, but see, if I do the 6 of like glass, air, glass, like if I do it like that, it will look like it'll be less fog or less haze and more like dense pea soup fog. And I want it to be gradual rosebud. So I think I'm going to end up probably having to do like light gray and then do 2 or 3 air blocks in between. So I'll probably just like split this right in the middle and then do like start with 2 here and then do 3 here and then just kind of switch back and forth and see which one has the effect. But regardless, this entire thing is going to have to be covered in blackstone, all of the walls and then the floor. So that's the next thing. Oh, hi, real. Yeah, that's what this is. The only other thing left to do up here is put books in so it looks more full, like this one and this one. And also there's my pocket fish. And I figured if like we get more things, I can replace this stuff gradually with like more special items. But yeah. I love how the reflections on the glass look because it does just look, because I use the black glass, it just does kind of look a little magical. And I don't know. I really like the ceiling effect. And that's only 2 or 3 layers of glass. Like that's not even that much. But because I used black and because I blacked out the ceiling, it looks like it just keeps going. I was kind of thinking about putting like candles or something up there to kind of make it look like stars, but I can't because it's only 3 layers and then the shulker unloader is like right up there. So it made it look not right. Not right at all. And I was kind of thinking about doing some magic, maybe with a command block to get drippy particles from like the obsidian, the crying obsidian, dripping down. If I do that, I'll probably get rid of the. Oh, I don't know if I'll get rid of the firefly bushes. I really like that effect. But yeah, this is what I've done since Monday. Hey, thank you, Nex. Oh, hi, Britt. Welcome in. How many pickles did you get? 55? I think 95 is our highest today. All right, good, Rowan. Go to bed. Have you been productive? I kind of have, if you count stream prep stuff productive. Considering how much sleep I got or didn't get and how I felt when I woke up, I feel like I've done okay for myself. Yeah, that's what I've done. And then I started playing. Oh, fuck laundry, Britt. I hate laundry. Laundry is like the bane of my existence. Cal does not need to go to bed. Cal needs to figure out her life, but that sleep isn't going to help. But yeah, we're going to figure out build palette. But because of how we're doing this, oh, I guess I need to actually have rockets. But because of how we're doing this, I'm going to have to do a vertical build palette. Instead of laying it out left and right, we're going to have to build it up and look and see what that looks like. Hi, Rosebud. Have a good one. You people. I'm sorry. All right. Like I said, we're going to spend a little bit of time in creative. So let's make sure we don't lose anything because it is possible to lose all of your stuff when you're in creative. Let's just put everything over here. Right? This too. Let's just put all of this up and then go into creative. Yeah, next. I get that. Well, so it helps. I don't build in creative. I build in survival, but because of the way my brain works with the adahada, I have a hard time picturing what stuff is going to look like. I have to actually see it. So I use creative to remind myself of all of the blocks that exist. If that makes sense. Yeah. So I will do this where I scroll through and I look to see what I think I'm going to use. And then I start playing from there. I just it's how I have to do it. Probably some mossy. I don't think I'm going to use any of that for the volcano itself, but we'll see. The further away it gets, maybe you could incorporate some of this, but up close, anything on the ground level that you're going to see up close, you it's a naturally occurring structure. You don't want to see brick on it. You know what I mean? Like the look of the brick and the shading and the color, okay, maybe, but that would be a visual effect from further away. Oh, hi, Fox. Corzens, welcome in. I have risen. If you mean that to say that you're awake, yeah, okay. I am also awake. I'm sorry, Fox. Not that it's my fault, but I'm still sorry. Um, we can use walls, but we'll pick those later. Anything that has a wall of this, we'll add it on the ground here in a little bit. I mean, I can kind of see mud maybe in some places, if especially if we're gonna do like an overgrown top. We're gonna want it, I guess, to kind of blend in. So maybe, all right, let's lay these out for now. Nope. Yeah, I agree. All right, clear that and go back in here. I mean, if we're gonna do the transition into igneous rock, thank you, Rowan, for giving me that. We may want some darker, which deep slate tiles, as far as I'm concerned, is like the darkest of the deep slate. We might use polished tuff, but I don't think so. And then if we're gonna do that transition into like, I picture the top because of the minerals and everything on a volcano, right? I picture the top of one that hasn't gone off in like centuries to be more lush, more fertile. So like I figure a lot of like the podzol and stuff is going to be up top. So like we might need to transition into that, but I feel like that's almost too red. We'll see. Um for transitional, I already have cobble down, I thought. Have basalt, smooth basalt. I don't see me using, well, maybe. I would rather have everything that I could potentially need ready and gathered. I don't like once I start doing this, I kind of just want to do it. If I have to stop and go get, if I have to stop and figure out what blocks I need and then go get them, I'm going to be upset. Yes and no, next. It depends on what it is you're gathering. If I end up using a lot of wood in this, which I doubt, I'll probably just make a tree farm, if I'm being completely honest. Um, but like the basalt stuff, that's easy. I just make a farm on the nether roof, and that I can have 2 shulkers of that in less time than it takes me to build the farm. Like that's not a problem. Um, Blackstone is easy because we have a gold farm with bartering already set up. So for it just depends. If you are playing solo and you're not a redstoner, yes. Yes, it could take a while. Um if you are in an SMP and you have other redstoners, then it might cost you some diamonds, but it should be fine. All right, we're gonna go into wool next. All right, I feel like this is gonna be transitional stuff for. Go. For the volcano, so we're gonna use this stuff. Let's see. That would also be transitional. That would not get used. Transitional. Let's move that there. All right. This could be regular. How does that look? Maybe that looks too much like a structure though. Like if we I'll leave it as a possibility, but I don't have high hopes. Oh, as much as I love the log, the cherry log, that's going to be a no. It's not going to fit. Okay, Lurk. Okay, Brit, enjoy your Lurk. Okay, Lurk, enjoy your Brit. There you go. That's the day I'm having. All right, now for the wool. Probably light gray. This for transition. Oh, hush your buns, real. Hush your buns. I think that's going to be too blue, but we can try and see what it looks like. Black terracotta is more brown, but we'll see. Gray concrete. Light gray concrete. Ooh. Ooh, that's a nice smooth, yeah. Nope. All right, that goes away. You know what? Maybe transitional for there. That's not too bad. All right. Now into the concrete powders. I might go with the black. Yeah, I'm going to go with the black powder over the concrete. Gray concrete. That's gray concrete. That's a pretty good transition, I think. I want it. Look, I know that it's. I didn't put that down. I know that it's mostly grayscale, right? But that's why I want so much variation. I don't think that's almost too light. Like even if you put that up against stone, I think that's too light. And if that's too light, that makes me wonder. No, that's fine. All right. We have our transitions, I think. Now we need a gray to brown transition, or maybe not. It's dirt on top of rock. It doesn't need to be gradual or anything, I don't think. All right, I think that's that. Honestly, next, this is my very first time doing anything like this. So this could go horribly wrong. I like don't for one instance think that I know what the hell I'm doing. I have no clue. No clue whatsoever what I'm doing. I think we're as good as we're gonna get, honestly. And I think I'm gonna end up not using that redstone or that red sandstone. It's the transition is too abrupt. It's too orange. I wanted it to go from like a pale brown to like a dark, rich, fertile earth, kind of reddish brown, but not that. That's just too. Hey guys, I'm orange. How you doing? Like it's too much. It's too in your face. I project an air of confidence. Um, I'm confident in my ability to fuck shit up. That's about the only thing I'm confident in. If I'm being completely honest. No idea what I'm doing. All right, I think this is as good as it's gonna get. Like, even if I look at the random blocks, the only other thing I could see sprinkling in, I think, would be this. I think was identical. What happened? Though I thought I grabbed deep slate. There we go. I think sprinkling that in transitionally would, like, it's not actual veins of coal, it's just an interesting transition. Now we have to figure out now we have to figure out what let's do that. What order to put all this shit in. All right, I think andesite and stone will be our base layers, right? This is what I'm saying. We gotta think of this vertically. I can't. I'm gonna do it this way. So this is I have a mod that lets me shuffle. So through items, so I can just say if I want like X%. Right, so this is almost 10 per. So if I say I want like 50% andesite and 50% stone, then I would put half my blocks as andesite and half my blocks as stone. If so like if I wanted like less andesite than stone, then I would just do this, which is kind of what I think I want. So now then when I place it, it'll automatically shuffle through my hand and give me less andesite than stone. Right, so then I can come back, I can turn that off. And then I can come back and say, I think this needs a little bit more andesite right through here. Right, maybe I want more andesite towards the bottom. And then it can transition up to where there's almost no andesite, right? So we'll say that's one section. Now from stone to what? I think the cobble will need to be the start of the transition. So let's do this. We'll say this is stone. This will be cobble out. All right, so that'll be the start of the transition into the magma area. Because I just want like a strip of it on one side. So like it's not going to be like a constant. So this will be the majority of the volcano. This will be the area that has the eruption scar. So from here, we need to go up. So I think up will go darker because we're moving towards more fertile ground, right? The only problem I have with that Well, we're also towards the ground, we're also wetter, so maybe we throw in some of this. All right, so that's these taken care of. Which makes me think I'm not going to use that. How do we want to go from there? I think tough. The deep slate. And then this will be for the volcano area. Oh, that's going to be a pain because it's going to have to go like this. That's going to be very directional placement. I'm going to have to put a backing on that. And that's it'll be irritating, but it'll be fine. I've got enough cobble, right? Like I can just do the backing for the cobble. Irritating AF, but it'll work. Right, I think that's a pretty good transition there. And then whatever I don't use over here for the transition, maybe I can use going up. All right, so we're done with that. Not that. We're done with that. So I still want this to be mostly stone. Fading into tough, I think. So we'll do it this way. Turn my shuffle back on. Excuse me. Now let's say we'll have a little bit more tough for the next row. A little bit more tough for the next row. And then almost all tough. Yep. Let's do it this way. Real, remind me to update how much trash rows we get, because this is not enough. I keep running into this issue and getting frustrated with it. And then I don't actually ever fix it. And it's pissing me off. And I've gotta stop being pissed off. All right, turn that off. And then we're gonna run into. All right, we got all of this. This will be mostly cobble. No. Random phone call. Oh, shit. That reminds me. Still haven't taken care of my prescriptions. They keep calling me and like, your prescriptions are ready. And I'm just like, I can do that. I'm an adult. And then I forget to be an adult. It's awful. Adulting sucks and is very difficult, and I'm not good at it. Yeah, well, that's just it. I just need to set up the delivery next. Like I when I tell you I'm bad at adulting, it's it's every part of it. Like even just the setting up the stuff that means I don't have to leave the house. Like I'm not good at it. All right, all of this is going to end up having basalt in front of it, so I might as well just go ahead and back it now. Now, we're just looking at how things transition. We're not looking at the shape of it because I figure about the time we hit this, it's going to push in one level. You know what I mean? So like all of this is actually going to be back here. So let's actually put a marker right there just so I think, because I think that's where I want that variation to be. All right. And then all of this, maybe an occasional. Oh my God. Just stay in the air, Cal. I am so good at everything. Say that there. What do we want to transition to next? I think that. I think this. Right? This is going to be darker. It is. And from far away, that's not as abrupt of a variance as it is up close. It's awful. I mean, you got to remember this is even if we're at the base, we're going to be looking up. So that might not be as awful. Let's sleep. And I can't sleep yet. Come on. There are next. We do have cicadas in Texas, not like you do in like the deep south states like Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. Do you remember I grew up in the deep south? Um, so I remember a lot more cicadas there. We do have them, not so much in this area of Texas where I'm at. It's a little too dry, but we do have them like towards Houston, Spring. Um, the closer you get to Louisiana, like Beaumont, I feel like maybe up in the Panhandle they would have them too. But I think it depends on what part of the northern part of Texas you're talking about, because some are just drier than others. Oh, hi, Doc. Welcome in. We're trying to find a good transition, and I'm not sure I like that one. I might see what these look like instead. That's But again, when we get higher up, right? Like you start layering it, that doesn't look good. That looks very structural. I don't like that. So I don't think so. It's too dark. This I'm pretty sure is going to be my transition piece here. But I don't think we're gonna use a ton of that. Like even I think this is just gonna be like a little bit of depth. And then we'll go into, it's technically not darker, is it? Yeah, I still think smooth basalt. We can mix some here. But again, I don't know that that's necessarily the dark that I want. What about this? Is that a better transition? No, it is not. Not here. No. I think that's going to be a transitional piece up top. Maybe. Maybe. What about you over here? Nope. From a distance, that's not bad. But again, it's not going to be one that I use a lot of. I think we need to start really transitioning into something darker here. From a distance, does that look too structural? Like I need to bring this over some, don't I? It's like too sharp of a cutoff. Hello? Yeah, from a distance, I don't think that looks too structural. I don't think you can tell that that's actually bricks, right? It just looks like some good highlight and low light. I like that. So far, I'm liking this side a lot more than that. Honestly, Nope, that's too light. We may just have to play with blending. And we may have to bring, because of this weird green shade, we might have to bring in a lighter color here just to blend it. Calcite's too bright. Diorite probably would be too. Although it does have gray in it. Nope, too bright. What about gravel? I think gravel would be a better transition here, where all of this is. And then we can use that to transition back. It's too light, though. There needs to be something in between. Maybe I just need to say fuck it to the tough. Right? Like, maybe the tough is the problem. But that too feels a little... I think the tough is the problem. Or if we use it, we use it very sparingly. Pale oak, like the logs. Honestly, I think the pale oak works better with the gravel too. I think tough is the problem. I think tough needs to fuck off. Acacia. Oh yeah, acacia's not too bad. You're right. Acacia's a good transition. All right, we'll try tough again. Stinky butt. Oh, it's too dark. I can't see. Yeah, I was looking at the polished tuff, but it definitely looks so structural. Like maybe if I didn't have two pieces side by side, it would be okay. But it legitimately looks like man-made. Like too much like brick, even from a distance. I can definitely go back to it and try, but oh, and we can vary the things too. Like I can put some in at an angle. That'll give it more texture. Ooh. Pardon me while I get excited. Oh, hi, Fawn. I saw your comment. I implemented your comment. And I didn't even say hi because I'm a horrible person. I'm sorry. I should be fired immediately. Oh, hi, Leanne. You are tied for first again. Rosebud also had 95 today. You're just tying. That's just your thing. Is you're just gonna tie everybody's high pickle counts. All right, so next piece up. We need something in between acacia
Chaos Queen.
and concrete powder, because I think that's going to be my next one up. I do like the putting this stuff in. But we need filler. Aw, Fawn, thank you so much for that gift sub to Nex. I appreciate it, as I'm sure they do. I would say be sure to say thank you, but it sounds like you two have one of those pre-established relationships that's just kind of like, I'll say thank you if I like. Don't tell me what to do, Cal. What are we thinking for transition between acacia? Gravel would be good color-wise, but not shade-wise. Pale oak, maybe, from here? Yeah, I like that. Continue this up. There we go. Date time? What? Date time? Oh, date time. I was like, date and time? It's July the 24th at 4:04 p.m. I cuz I'm silly. All right. We've gone up quite a bit. Let's figure out our over sum. I think we might have to start going into this. Like, we're gonna have to do that hard cut sometime, right? Hold on. No. Darn it. I was hoping. I kind of it just looks too smooth. I don't like the concrete. Sorry. It's too smooth. Still in bed past 9 a.m. That's literally me every day. That is nothing. Oh, you know what I didn't look at? I didn't look at mud. What is wrong with me? What about muddy mangrove roots too? That's a good. Oh, that's gonna be muddy mangrove roots is gonna be a wonderful transition into the dirt. Okay, love that. Love that. What did I do with regular mud? Mud. Just mud. Just mud. There we go. I think these are great here and there, but I don't think I want a ton of them over there. Oh, yeah, Fawn. If you could dye clay, Well, the clay texture is also just very like concrete powderish, but it's solid, right? So like you wouldn't have the falling effect. That would be cool. Like if we're talking like stuff that the stuff in this game that bothers me, like I don't like that terracotta is its own thing, but the clay pot is a terracotta pot. Oh, this looks much better. All right, let's do this and replace. So some of this. I think this is going to be better over here in places. I think this far over, we should not have the coal. All right, so like just kind of sprinkle this in places over here. I think that's a much better transition. This is too heavy on this. Maybe have one come like way the hell up. Nope, not you. You. Break that up. Over here. There we go. That is a better transition. I do believe. Oh God, I didn't even think about dead coral. Oh, this is going to be amazing. I'm going to need to gather so many blocks. Where does that fall? Oh, that falls over here. I think we just found our transition. All right, let me look at the different corals. I think we just found that transition piece. Oriole. Kind of like cereal, but a lot more crunchy and gritty. Hmm. No. Yes. Actually think I like that more. I like that more. So I kind of wonder if that one wouldn't be better down here. And no. No, it would not. You know what? From a distance, this is a better one right here. That's the winner. But let me put these down here in case I need to use them elsewhere, because I will forget they exist. Yeah, transition wise, that is much better. Much, much, much better. And then that in there. Then we'll start throwing these in here. A really sweet transition. I like that. But then that means these are a little out of place. So maybe we'll move these up some. I almost kind of wonder if we shouldn't just take the tuff out again and use the coral to transition from the stone. Like, what does that look like surrounded by stone? Or would this look better? All right, so then if we transition from cobble into that, yep, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to replace the tuff with the cobble. I keep going back to the, like, I love tuff. I love it. I just wish it fit with more shit. Maybe. And we can try tough over here. It might work as a better transition to that. Yay, we got a rainbow. Yeah, tough looks pretty good over here. Like if I use it... Damn it. Yeah, that's not awful. So we can use it as a transition from mountain into... That's not too bad. If we just kind of gradually bring it in over here. We need to soften this line a little bit. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, it really is next. But see, I figured this would work though. Right? Like I figured this would be a good way to make it work. Because it's going to be so tall. Right? Like I have the room to really let the colors kind of gradually blend together. And while it doesn't look like amazingly blended here, by the time I spread it out, it should. Like it should start to really kind of blend. At least I'm hoping. That's the goal anyway. Yeah, I'm not upset about that. I actually kind of like it. All right, my next question is these look a little darker. Okay. I honestly think from that, we can start looking into a transition from that's not bad. That's not bad. And if we throw in the mud, yeah, that's pretty good. Not gonna lie, that's pretty good. Nope. Ugh. I'm so tired of that. As annoying as this is in creative, it's going to be worse in survival. I can do some of those and it won't be awful. Yeah, that's actually a really good kind of like pseudo transition. Okay. Okay. The more you learn.
Carl!
Oh, hi, Romus. We are just playing with a build palette, trying to decide what do.
What the dog doing?
She's being perfectly bean-shaped bean. Oh, it's so dark. It just happens so fast. Like 1 second I can see fine, and then the next second, oh, fuck you. This we need. Sure. Just a little. Maybe not there. There. I'm going to get rid of all of the deep slate tiles, pretty much. Just don't know that they're that good of a transition block. I don't know, Fawn. That's more of a included over here kind of block, I think. Like it's a pretty good transition into this. Like for blending, I think. But from this to this, I don't think so. I like how that smooths that out. All right. Throw some of this in here. Oh, the blending. The blending. Not just any karate, guys. It's fine. This honestly, Fawn, I'd rather spend a month gathering blocks and it look worth a damn than, you know, spend a week gathering blocks and it look like shit. We'll blend. Okay, Romas. Have a good nappus. That will not get used. Much as I wish it would. And then I think this will be our last transition on the actual like lava flow area. I may smooth it out. Well, it's been like a long time since it's erupted. Is the lore on it. Like up close it looks like garbage, but from far away that literally is going to look like charred ground, which is what I want. So I like that as like a transition, and then it transitions back out. So we'll do it in reverse. I haven't decided the placement of it yet. I just wanted the palette. I think I was kind of thinking of doing it on this side. And then I could continue the scar of it across the land. Because if not there, then this cliff face. And then carry it down the cliff. And if I do it over here, I would start with the darkest part. I would start with the concrete powder. Right? Like right in here. And build that up and then build out. Yeah, that's what I was going to look at. Because I might use it on the ground. Because, again, from a distance, that's not bad. That could be the transition from here, right? Like, we could do this. I was hoping to get away with just, like, one more transition, but... Damn it, that looks really good. All right, hold on. I don't feel like placing all of these again. Let's... I think I might use obsidian over the concrete powder. Let me sleep, because it could be the sunset color, right? Like, the sunset could be making it... That being said, in the sunset, that is gorgeous. And that would make gathering a lot faster too, because bartering, we have a bartering hall in the Nether. And I'm pretty sure I get obsidian from that. I could literally gather materials while I sleep. And I like that idea. Yep. That is the way we're going to go. All right, so this one is done. Let's start placing these out. We've got that, with this is an accent. Right. What did I say I was going to use instead of? I already got that one, right? Yeah, I already got that one. Into mud, into blackstone, into obsidian. And we turn shaders off. It's still not that bad. Right, like the shaders aren't giving it like a completely different. Yep, yep. I like that. And I think this is going to be the next transition. So then from there, did we want to look at mud to transition? And dirt. Can you tell I'm getting to the point where I don't want to start blending this again? It's not even that I don't want to blend up. I just don't want to have to bring all of this over. Right? Like we've got this figured out. So fuck all that. Dirt and then podzol. But honestly, I think this is going to be the top layer that you see, and then you'll just see this peeking over it with some occasional grass, maybe some moss. And then we'll get into the mossy stuff. Like you'll past that, you'll probably see some structures sticking up over the top. Right? So you'll have the man-made stuff. So we're going to look at section 1, right? This is section 1. And I'll probably transition into section 2. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll say section 1 with andesite and stone and mossy cobblestone. So this is, let's find a different block to separate these. Something smooth. So that'll be section 1. Then we'll go from cobble. Oh, I want that higher, I think. And then from here, we'll go cobble. Stone. And that. And when I say sections, I mean like this is how much we're going to be doing before we bring that in. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 to 15 blocks before we go in one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we'll do this and this with a little bit of this. Yeah, that'll put me about where I want to be, and that'll give me 3 like moving inwards. You know what I mean? Like it'll come in only 3 blocks. This is going to be a fairly up build, like fairly vertical. I don't think I want it to do too much of a slope. I'll of course add some texturing here and there. You can use walls for some stuff. You can, I can do some variation. Maybe there'll be like an outcropping. I don't want it to be literally straight up and down, but I don't want it very sloped is basically it. And we may change our mind. Like we may get stuff built and go, "Ooh, gross. No, I hate it." Maybe each section will go in 2 instead of just 1. We'll just see. I'm going to let it happen. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm really, really kind of happy with that. And the cool thing is I've already got so much dirt, right? This is going to be hard to get in any kind of quantity, but that's okay. Maybe. My God. All right. So this is our vertical build palette. All right. Let me get rid of all of this. I don't think this is awful. Like if we're really looking at it for how big this is going to be, you're just going to turn to grass. I don't think this is awful. Uh Cobble and stone, I can like literally make a farm. I've got a moss farm, so mossy cobble's not going to be an issue. This would be an issue. So let's mark the things that are going to suck ass. We're gonna put a redstone torch on it because red. And red is apparently bad. All right, so this is gonna suck. That's gonna suck. That's gonna suck. I've already got a farm for that. Andesite, I don't know vanilla-wise if it is. I don't know if I have a custom recipe. It's either, if there's a recipe for it, it might be cobble and diorite. I don't, but again, I don't know if that's vanilla or not. That could be. I might have a custom recipe. I have a lot of custom recipes here. But that'll give me something to do with all the diorite because I'm not gonna fucking use diorite, anyway. But like even at night, that looks good. Like I think this is fine. Even if andesite isn't craftable, I already have like 2 or 3 double chests full of it from digging out where my storage is. Same with podzol. I already have quite a bit. And Rill and I have an island that we can go to and dig up if we need more. Grass is just dirt that sits a while. I'm not worried about that. And then like I said, I have a moss farm. So for this, those are the only 3 that's gonna suck. For this, that's gonna suck. That's gonna suck. These are easy enough to get. I already have a ton of that. I have a farm. Bartering, that's gonna suck. So really, out of all of this, we're only gonna have 6 that are just not gonna be fun to gather. And honestly, I could honestly see Rill and I hanging out together and just either off stream or doing a just chatting stream to get a lot of this. And I'm honestly not opposed to starting gathering some of this now. Like the mud, we could hang out and chat for a little while and I could get all of the mud. Like that's literally not going to be a problem. All right, let's clear out inventory from cheaty blocks. Let's sleep. And then let's actually go gather a bunch of shit. Oh, wait. I need to get rid of these. All right. Back to survival we go. I lied. Back to creative we go. Okay, now back to survival. Let's gather all of our crap. Let's organize our bags, because that's important. That's backwards. Shovel, axe, bow, and then food and rockets. Once I have all of this stuff gathered, I'll go back into creative. Or well, once the volcano is, at least one section of it is built, I'll tear all of this down. Because this is reference. And then and I'll do that in creative. That way I don't keep any of the cheaty blocks. I don't want to keep the cheaty blocks. Being mod on SMP has made me nervous about shit like that. All right. Bamboo, I don't need. These can get put up. All right, we're using mud along the top, and we're using mud here. let's just go with yes. That would be 5 double chests full of mud. Even if that's not enough, that's, I hope, a good starting point. Oh wait, I don't have to go up. I need to go down. See? And what will work about this is if I do end up gathering too much mud, we're just going to take all of this. Then we can just come place it down and let it dry out, and Rill will have clay because, you know, Rill is addicted to clay. How are we on dirt here? Good on dirt here. So funny story. I have a list on an index card in front of me of shit that I, at some point today, literally today, said, if I run out of shit to talk about in stream, because it do happen sometime, we can talk about this. And 1, 2, 3 of them is because of Rowan. I was talking to Rowan before stream. And I was just like, that's something we've never talked about in stream before. We should talk about that. But how about this? I'm gonna wait for the ad to be over. And then I'm gonna give you the list. And y'all can pick. I did make conversation starters. Actually, can I do... How many options can you do in a poll? Because that... If I can do multiple... minimum of 2. It doesn't have a maximum. Awesome. I'm just going to write down... my list as I wrote it. And I'm gonna let y'all figure it out. Can I add another one? Oh, I can't. All right. Well, there's 2 that's not going to make the list. So for those of y'all that just came out of ads, here's what we're doing. I have a list of things that I was willing to talk about today, but I can't decide what to talk about. So we're just gonna y'all pick. You got 3 minutes. Next, I am making dirt. I am placing horse dirt and tilling it and getting dirt. And we're deciding what to talk about while we do the boring things. And I knew this was going to happen. That's why my stream title and notification hinted towards like solving deep philosophical questions and build palettes. And I'm not giving you an explainer on what any of those mean. Some of them might be obvious. Some of them might not be. But that's what my lists look like. Like I write these things down and I'm like, this only makes sense to me in some scenarios. Oh, that's what I wanted to test. If that will work. Because otherwise this is going to get really old really fast, right? Like we got to have something to talk about. All right, we got a little bit of time left, but it kind of looks like unnecessary apologies are going to win. And don't worry, if we get done talking about that, we can bring the poll back up. Because we've got at least an hour to kill. Yep, unnecessary apologies won. Okay. So this was one of the ones that came up because I was talking to Rowan before stream. We were talking, he had asked me a question, right? And Impulse was streaming. Oh, it did work. Oh, good. Impulse was streaming. And it's not what I meant to do. I was busy. Right? Like, oh, look what I did. I put a bed here just because I knew how this was going to go. Impulse was streaming. I was modding. I was also talking to Real. I was trying to figure out like what I wanted to stream. I wasn't sure what I was in the mood for. I already kind of knew that I wanted to do like let my brain just wander where it wanted. Yay, dirt. That's full. Switch that out. Coarse dirt, coarse dirt, coarse dirt. Like I just wanted my brain to just feel like it could do whatever it wanted. It's the end of the week. I don't want to force my brain into something that it's just not ready for, you know? So I didn't see that Rowan had sent me a question. And it was only 5 minutes. Like in the grand scheme of things, I realize, right? 5 minutes isn't that long. So I shouldn't have felt as bad as I did when I realized that I had just left him on red for 5 minutes. But When I worked at Blizzard, I did a lot of web chats with our gamers. So anytime you've been in any kind of customer support role that has a web chat feature, you're not supposed to let it go more than like 2 minutes without saying something. If that. Some companies have even stricter guidelines than that. So because of that, and because of RSD and ADHD and all of the many varied alphabet soup problems that I have, I just immediately felt bad when I noticed it. And so I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I was modding and I was talking to Rill and I got sidetracked and I'm sorry. And he was just like, I see an unnecessary apology. And I got to thinking about it. Like, how many times in our day do we offer these technically unnecessary apologies? And how many of them are actually us saying we're sorry? And how many of them are just saying, I'm acknowledging that like, you're just acknowledging that you did something that was mildly inconvenient. But instead of saying, I realize that, or just saying, instead of saying, I was busy and missed this, you start with, I'm sorry. And how wonderfully, like, neurodivergent that is. But then how wonderfully neurotypical it is as well, right? Like, think about people heavily on the spectrum. Unless they mask heavily, they're not going to say, I'm sorry for something that they're actually not sorry for. But then when you take the ADHD and you put that in there and that gives you RSD, then you're suddenly apologetic for everything. Because you're terrified of, like, losing. You're terrified of being rejected. I mean, it's literally in the name, RSD, rejection sensitivity. Am I? Why? Oh, because I'm full. What happened? What happened? Why? Why you do? Am I full? I shouldn't be full. Right. Exactly, Fawn. That's also true, next. Like, and that's things that, like, I've noticed and I'm just like, well, that's silly. That shouldn't, like, I shouldn't be. I'm not saying I should never be sorry, that I should be completely apathetic to everyone, but like, I look at the part of me that's on the spectrum. What happened here? Oh, I built this wrong. That's what happened here. I look at the part of me that's heavily on the spectrum or that's on the spectrum, and I think I wish I was more on the spectrum. Like, as awful as that sounds, I wish I gave less fucks. Is that fair? Like, is that, what did I do? Oh, I broke this so bad. Did this just turn into a redstone stream? This may have just turned into a redstone stream. Because I wish I was, sometimes I wish I was more on the spectrum, because I wish I cared less about certain things. I mean, that's what we're told, Fawn, but I don't. I don't. This broke. That's where all that redstone came from. Okay. All right, we got to figure this out. I will say I am glad to see that that generational trauma is starting to end. Right? Like I look at the younger generation and I'm very thankful for the fact that so few, and I'm going to say girls here on purpose, so few girls don't feel the need to apologize for everything. I'm very thankful for that. That should not be there. Well, okay, so next see this is the problem. Right? This is one of those things like this is where my ADHD and me being on the spectrum kind of I feel like anybody all you all ADHD is going to be a different breed, right? We so the ADHD gives us RSD, which is rejection sensitivity, right? We don't want to be rejected. We want to be, especially those of us that had the late life diagnosis. We we have spent our entire life not knowing that there was a reason that we didn't feel like everybody else. We just knew that we didn't feel like everybody else. So we masked and we masked hard to try and fit in and to try to appear normal, even though we never fit. There was nothing we could do to feel normal. Um, so you have that have that RSD that just constantly forces you to be like little sponges of emotions. Like we're very in tune with every little thing. We can look at somebody's face and if we see anything, we don't even recognize what it is about their expression that makes us feel that way, but we will see little things, little ticks, little things that they do that make us go, that's a look of displeasure. They're upset. I've done something. You have to make it right. Like it basically signals your brain you fucked up, you're not normal, and now you have to cover your ass. Or people are going to figure out that you're not just like them. That is what undiagnosed ADHD does. It's not right. Trill has always said that it makes you an empath. It turns you like you become more. That's not necessarily true. I can empaths feel the feelings of other people, right? I don't. I just see the facial tick. I see that a slight change maybe in the glint of their eye or like just something that happened on their facial features. And I see it, I sense it, and I immediately go, what caused it? And if what caused it could possibly be me, then the RSD kicks in from the trauma of living your entire life trying to just appear normal, right? So that's what happens there. But then people that are like heavily on the spectrum, they don't pick up on social cues. They don't pick up on why what they're saying maybe isn't acceptable. That's that's the part that I have, is the part that I don't always pick up on what is acceptable and what's not. Like TMI is just my life because I don't see the problem with talking about things that I know everyone experiences, right? Like everybody goes to the bathroom, everybody's gotten sick in their life, everybody's gotten, you know, I'm doing it as we speak, right? Like everybody has had gastrointestinal issues. Now, in in that statement, you've got perfect examples of RSD and perfect examples of of autism, right? Instead of saying everybody has shit themselves, I said everybody has had gastrointestinal. That's the RSD. But the fact that I made reference to it at all is being on the spectrum, right? Because that's not something that or at least I've been told, that's not something you talk about in polite company. Well, first of all, I've never claimed to be polite. So, sorry, not sorry. But that's where I wish that I had a little bit more, I was a little bit more on the spectrum, is because I wish I cared less about all of that. That would make the RSD better. All right. So let's pretend it really is. And it doesn't help. All right. So let's pretend that I am mud. Right? I'm mud. I'm coming along here. Oh, I complete the signal. This gets pushed. Okay. Now I'm mud. I'm coming across here. I hit this. It updates this. We get pushed up. Okay. Now I'm mud and I'm coming up here. I activated this. I'm getting pushed across. Okay. And all of this is right. Yes. Okay. So now I'm mud. I'm coming across here. Activate this. Why did that not activate? That's what happened. All of this got pushed over here. And I'm missing redstone. Exactly, Fawn. It's like, okay, I learned the rules. Oh, everybody has their own set of rules. I love that for me. I love that for me. That's great. All right. A mud. Uh this got activated and now I'm coming. See? I'm coming up here. Yay. I did my job. Okay, I come up here. I hit this. It activates that. We go over here. And this is where everything went to shit, apparently. A mud. Coming across here. Well, actually, at this point, I'm clay. I'm coming across here. I'm going to activate. A fence needs to go there. And then an observer needs to go here. And then redstone needs to come across here. Fence, observer, redstone. All right, let's go get that fence. I mean, it's not late for me. It's 5:30 for me. This isn't that bad. All things considered. Do I have any fences in any of my boxes? Yeah, so then all of that comes back around. No, it's not. It's I don't yeah, maybe that was the wrong words. I don't actually wish I was more neurodivergent, right? Like I just I wonder if a fence would work. Do I have fence? I feel like it would make in some cases it would make it easier. Right? Like not, oh God, I wish I no. I feel like it would make it easier if I didn't have if I had even less fucks to give next. Because I feel like between being a woman and like Fawn said, basically being told since we were born that we should apologize for existing, aside from all of that, I have the severe R like my RSD is really it's really bad. Like I'm willing to admit that out of all of like the neurodivergencies in my in my bowl of alphabet soup, I the RSD is the one that I wish I could turn off the most. Away from you before you start spitting out. Oh, you're not going to spit out. Good. Okay. And part of that, like if we go back to it, part of that is feelings are inconvenient. And that's part of why like the unnecessary apologies, I kind of it bothers me that I do it, but I don't know how to not do it. Like literally all of this is because of unnecessary apologies. Instead of me just saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I got sidetracked." I wish I could just go, "Oh, I got sidetracked." Because I'm not really sorry. I'm just I'm not sorry. I got sidetracked. And I wish I could just say that. So maybe it's less, I wish I was more on the spectrum and more, I wish I had less RSD. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the better and the more accurate way of saying it next. Like I I just wish I didn't have as much RSD because RSD is awful. It affects everything. Like last night, Mr. Cal got up from his nap and his I'm still groggy, I just woke up face is also very similar to his grumpy face. Like they share some things. And so instead of just going, "Oh, he's sleepy," I was like, "Are you okay? Is everything all right? Are we okay? Did I upset you?" Like literally all of that got asked within like 15 minutes of him waking up from a nap. And in the moment, it was such a compulsive thing that I ask and verify that I couldn't there was no logical part of my brain that went, "Cal, stop and think about it. He just woke up. We've had this conversation before. Everything is fine." Right? Like that logical part of my brain just was a big old nope. I'm going to use those because I'm sick of them. Yes. And trying to protect yourself from the RS. Exactly. Exactly. And see, and there's some cases, like with Mr. Cal, where if I go, I'm sorry, I did whatever the hell it was I did, right? Like I'm sorry, I was sidetracked. I mean it because he's he's one of the people that I care about, right? But like, and that's not to say I don't care about Rowan, but you know what I mean? Like, there's some people that you genuinely get upset with, like, that if you think you've upset them. But then there's some people that, and some situations too, right? Like, it was 5 minutes, I think, is the bigger part there. It was 5 minutes. Oh, I need to put that fence down first. It'll probably still trigger that redstone, so let me move that. I should not have been that upset over 5 minutes. I think. I think that's the key takeaway. I was being I was being dramatic because it was only 5 minutes. All right. So now we're back up. We're clay. We're moving along here. Activate that. All of that gets triggered. We're coming across here. Exactly next. And that's one of the reasons why if you look at the tags um on all of my streams, I say neurodivergently friendly. Like, we're a safe space for a lot of things, right? But especially neurodivergence, because I'll be completely honest with you. If I look at even my relationship with Mr. Cal, because I had the late diagnosis, because I only got my diagnosis like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, right? I still am figuring all of it out. And so I have these things that I want to talk through. I want to discuss them. I want to say, "Oh, I learned this thing." And I know that as a neurotypical, he's going to get incredibly tired of hearing about it. But we all need to hear, like, we need those places. We need to be able to discuss it. We need to be able to figure out our life. So, absolutely, I'm totally down to discuss it anytime. I'm also very self-aware. I don't I don't care if you think less of me because my brain works differently than yours. If that ruins your day, this is not the place for you. Please find your way out. And if you need help finding the door, I am more than happy to have you escorted. Like, that's just how I feel about it. That is the wonderfully fantastic part of my brain where I don't care. That is the one part of me that RSD doesn't touch. I can't fix this. I can't help this. This is out of my control. Either you accept that or bye, Felicia. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, Fawn. Don't even get me in started on time blindness with neurodivergency, right? Like, I, yesterday, I woke up so early. I woke up at like, and I say early, please keep in mind, for me, early is anything before 11 a.m. I woke up at 9 o'clock, 9:30, right? And stream wasn't until 3. So I started working on other things. I don't even remember what all I did yesterday, but like it was productive stuff. It wasn't just like zoning out and watching. I was actually getting stuff done. And Roman sends me a message and he's like, "What are you up to?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm just," and I told him what I was doing. And then I happened to look down at the clock on my monitor and went, "Oh shit, stream is in 30 minutes." It did not feel like I had been awake for 5 minutes. Like it was absolutely, what the hell just happened? Where did that time just go? What, like you literally, there are times where you feel like you've fallen into a time warp and it's so weird. And then other times 5 minutes feels like an hour. It it's the weirdest thing and I don't understand how it happens. All right. We're Clay. We're being pushed. We're coming over here. We activate that and we go up. We need to go up. Same, Emma. Same. I have also. Oh, okay. If if you have issues remembering to take meds, they make they make caps. Or so here's the other thing about meds. I either forget to take them or I forget if I've already taken them. That is the one that scares me the most, especially with ADHD meds. Like if you're on a stimulant based if you're on a stimulant based medication for ADHD, that's dangerous to take twice your dosage, right? So that is my big fear, is forgetting if I've taken it and then taking it again. So they make caps that will fit on a regular prescription bottle that will tell you the last time you opened it. So if you don't like the pill organizers, right? The ones like the weekly or the monthly, or you find that you can't remember to refill it so that you can track when and if you've taken your meds, get you some of the caps. Um right now the company that I buy from is out of stock and they're not coming into the country right now. So they have not restocked in a while. But it is timer cap. Yes, fawn. It's literally just called timer cap. You there's a The website that you get it from is like a sleep a sleep site, like a sleep. Oh God, hold on. Let me. No. Mm, I want to tell you right. Patient Sleep Supplies is the site that I get it from, but they're out. If you go under general supplies, timer cap is listed there, but they're out of stock. Keep an eye on it. You can get others. I have others. They're more expensive. You can absolutely go on Amazon and find different versions, but they are far more expensive. Um, the ones that I get, I think I get like 4 apps for like $24, and the batteries are replaceable. So that's good. But yeah, like right now, if I look at my anxiety medication, it tells me it's been 4 hours and 45 minutes since I opened this bottle. So I know I took it. The only thing you have to do at that point is make yourself get the pill out if you open the top. That's it. And if you're neurotypical, I know that doesn't sound like a big deal, all right? But it is. Um, I don't know, Next. All I know is that the ones that I ordered, both from Amazon and from the patient sleep supplies, will fit my regular prescription bottle. Now, you can, when it's in stock on patient sleep supplies, you can buy bottles too. And what I do is at home, I will use their bottles. But when you're traveling, you want to make sure that you have it in the original bottle. So, like, if you do a lot of traveling, if you fly, if you're going to go through TSA at all, you want to have your regular prescription bottle from the pharmacy because it has your name, it has your dosage, it has the pill, like, it has everything. So, TSA can't be a little bitch about it and go, "What is this? Are you trafficking drugs?" Um, Also, though, Fawn, being in New Zealand, you might be able to find some that are cheaper. Like, you might look in, like, your pharmacies or your, do you call them pharmacies or do you call them apothecaries? I don't know. I know the world calls them something different everywhere you go. But like wherever you go to pick up your meds or find like pill organizers, see if they have them. Walgreens here actually has some. And the only reason I would say avoid Walgreens, I've had bad luck with them. They break, they don't always work, they won't reset. Like I personally have not had good luck with the Walgreens brand. So that's the only reason I'm not suggesting them. It's got pushed up. Oh, no, it didn't. This is the end. All right, so we should be fixed now. Unless I... Okay, so that has a redstone. That has a redstone. Right, so that should trigger. We just need to check all the redstone all the way back down. So that'll trigger redstone all the way across. This will trigger redstone all the way across. That will trigger redstone all the way across. And this did not fail, right? This will trigger redstone all the way across. All right. I think we fixed it. It just took us 5 times longer because I was talking. This will trigger redstone all the way. Okay. I think we're good. Yeah. Oh, well, and see, I don't know where everybody's from. I don't know how particular like your version of TSA is at the airport. But here, good luck. Like, you could get somebody that just doesn't care. Or you could get somebody with a complex that thinks they need to solve all of the problems. And the only way to do it is violence. Just gonna put it that way. You watch the news, probably can catch on. I don't trust anyone I don't trust anyone. Period.
Drink some
Oh,
water.
hi, Socks. Thanks for the reminder. That's actually a good shout out. I need to. I need to check my passport. I need to see when it expires. I also need to make a hair appointment, but I keep forgetting to call her and set it up. I'm half expecting Rowan to just be like, I'll add it to the to-do list, even though he should be asleep. See, if Rill was here, we could totally just hang out and chat, and she could like dig down one spot here, stand here, and then break them as they come to her. And I could set up like a hopper and a chest or something. That's what I'm saying. She and I, a lot of times, we're just doing stupid shit like that. We're not even being, I mean, we're being productive, but we're just being lazy and talking about shit. Oh, damn. So you'd have to reapply and do the whole thing all over again? He better not be, Socks. He just went to bed. He was here when I started my stream 2 hours and 48 minutes ago. So. But yeah, that was unnecessary apologies. That was the conversation. It to me, that's just, it's so. I need to figure it out. I need to figure out a way to exist without apologizing for just dumb shit. If I really just wanted mud, I could go down there and get rid of all the dripstone. But Rill likes clay. So, oh no, I also get clay for Rill. What a tragedy. All right, we've got more time. We could start another conversation. Socks, I didn't know what to talk about. I had a list. And I'm letting people pick. I'm not going to put this one on the list because I want to wait for Rowan to be here to actually talk about that. Oh, God, next. That sucks. That sucks so much. I'm so sorry. Fawn, you know what? We may not need another topic. Let's just forget the poll because Fawn just opened a whole other can of worms. That I think that is one of the most wonderful things about neurodivergency. It's the It's the A to Z mentality. I cancel a poll. How do I cancel? Well, we can talk about Phasmo changes. That's currently what's winning. So we'll just go. You did, Fawn, you did. Whole can of worms. And I love it. I love it. I remember this again working at Blizzard. A lot of the I learned a lot about myself working at Blizzard. I had a manager when I worked at Blizzard that told me he managed me in a way that I enjoyed. What I don't like is managers that are just like, oh, you did this and this and this, and this is so good, and we're proud of you for this and this and this. And can I help you? Anyway, they give me no feedback. All they do is tell me all of the things that I did good. First of all, if everything that I did is good, then just shut up. If there's nothing that I can improve on, why are we doing this? I don't need to know what I did good. I don't need to know what I did good. If I did good, shut up, stop wasting my time. I have work to do. Right? Like if there's not a problem, don't pull me away from my job to tell me that there's no problem. You are wasting my time. Kindly fuck off. The other thing I hate about managers is the ones that, oh, you did this really well and this really well and this really well, and you spend 25 minutes of the 30-minute one-on-one telling me all of the things that I did well, just to tell me maybe we could do this. Bruh. That's it. Nope, don't have me. You're done. You're done. I'm done. Go away. Ooh, fuck off. Yes, you too, Spitty McSpitterson. I'm sick of y'all. Managed to come over here and managed to piss me off. Look what y'all did. Look what y'all did. I got dirt in my clay. Look, assholes. No, not in a professional setting. Next, I don't. I really, truly don't. Like, it bothers me. I am there to do a job. I can see, and this is where I'm saying, like, it's a weird mix. When you're ADHD, it's a weird mix. You've got the ADHD, you've got the RSD, you care deeply, you truly do. Except in certain situations, then you're wasting my time. Please fuck off. Like it's so weird when the autism kicks in and when it doesn't. Kind of fun, yeah. Well, and two, I think RSD really only applies in situations where you give a fuck what the person thinks. Did something change? This is going much faster. And I'm fine with it as long as it doesn't break. Work is different to life. It is very different. I don't I've always separated my work and my personal life. When I was a manager at Starbucks, I kept my stuff separated so well. I get that, Socks. I have to do things have to be done a certain way, and if not, it doesn't work. But yeah, when I worked at Starbucks, I had that conversation with people. Like I legitimately did. I'm like, look, I can be your friend. We can go out, we can hang out, we can go to the bar, we can do all of this. I'm 100% down for that. But I need you to understand that when it comes to work, I don't care if we did go hang out at the bar the night before. If you're late to work, I'm going to write you up. I can like you personally and hate you professionally. I've always been that way. It is a line right down the middle for me. I've had managers that I absolutely loved, but on a personal level, I did not want to hang out with them. And then I've had managers that I thought they were awful managers. Truly, truly horrible managers. But I loved them as people. Exactly, Fawn. Exactly. When I was going into the office, my desk at work was always just so and like nothing was just everything had a place, everything was always organized and tidy. But here at home, my desk looks like a hot ass mess. I you can't imagine. Well, I don't know. If y'all have ADHD, you probably can. But yeah, it's bad. It is bad. Got to refill the dirt. My God, why do I have all the water bottles? I have floordrobes socks. I do. I instead of a wardrobe, I call it a floordrobe. Um, I I have I have a pile at the foot of the bed that is clean. I have a pile next to it that is worn but not dirty, and then I have a pile just outside the bathroom that is dirty, needs to be washed, and then I have a pile just inside the bathroom which is dirty, but I took these off right before I got in the shower and I haven't moved them to the other dirty pile. That's it. That's it. That's it. I don't like that's it. That's as good as it gets with me. Oh, I'm gonna have to go repair this. I forgot what we even started talking about. I know it had to do with Blizzard and managers, and let me see what it was. Fawn said it. I remember Fawn is the reason that we got started on this. Oh, how to do it's the A to Z conversation, right? So, this manager at Blizzard, he managed me the way that I liked. He told me, "Nope, everything's fine," and that was our one-on-one. And that's usually our one-on-one was a DM that he sent me that said, "Everything's fine. We can skip this meeting if you want." And I was like, "Yes, please. That sounds amazing." Or it was, "Hey, here's the issues this month. Let's see what we can work on." Well, there was one, I don't remember what it was that I was having issues with. And he told me like, "Hey, I'm going to snooze this ad. Um, hey, we've got, we need you to work on this. This is it's not we're not going to put you on like a development plan, but like it is something you need to focus on." And I was like, "Okay." And then like the very next meeting, he was like a month later, he was like, "Yeah, no, it's fine. Everything's fine. I like what I would like is if we have a few other people on the team that have the similar issue, if you could coach them and guide them and mentor them in how you corrected this." And I was like, fucking know how I did it. You told me it was a problem. You told me to fix the problem, so I did. I can you if I'm at A and you need me to be at Z, not a problem. If you need me to explain B through Y, fuck off, I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't know how I got to Z. I just know it's like you're doing this thing, stop doing this thing. Oh my god, how did you stop doing this? I just fucking stopped. What do you mean how? You told me to stop it, so I stopped. Like what? There is no steps to that. It's either you do the thing or you don't do the thing. What do you mean? Show them how I did it. What? I don't understand that. Also, I, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand the B through Y. I don't get I just, it doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, I was like, what the hell? That always blew my mind. I don't know how I got here. I just got here. But yeah, that was the can of worms. The other, okay, so the poll, I think we were saying Phasmo pretty much won. So I don't know. Exactly, next. Yeah. I don't know that I could do that, Fawn. I don't know that I could show every step. I don't know that I could. Even if I was looking at like what other people did, I don't think I could. I don't think my brain works that way. I'm hella jealous that yours does, though. That must be amazing. But yeah, next, it's like, I don't know. It's something that I have a problem with. Oh, look, I don't have a problem with it anymore. Oh my god, how'd you fix that? Fuck if I know. I just woke up one day and said, you know what, I'm not going to do that anymore. I love Willow Street socks. I do. Okay, so I don't know if everybody here was here last night for Phasmo. I'll be completely honest with you. Me and the girls were having so much fun that I was a horrible streamer and didn't pay attention to chat. I'm so sorry. I love Willow Street Makeover. That was absolutely I did not realize. So I've always kind of thought, well, it doesn't matter what the rooms look like, right? Like if the layout's the same, the house is still going to suck. Willow Street was my second favorite, but I still thought it sucked. Like I felt like they got it right with Tanglewood and then just fucked it up on every other map. But after the remake, I honestly, it's changed how I think about it because apparently what it looks like matters just as much as the layout, which I didn't think was possible. You know, if I put, no, I can't. Wait, can I? Yes, I can. If I put this hopper on the top of this barrel, I could put another hopper. How would I need to do that? No, I could just put a hopper going off to the side. I don't even have to move this. Just put another hopper going off to the side, and then anything that that fills this, all the overflow would automatically go over here. It'll be ugly as fuck, but yeah, I could do that. It is still glitchy. It is still glitchy. But it is so much better. I didn't notice the problems I was having with the lighter. I did not have any problems with the lighter last night, so that was definitely fixed. I was in mod chat today when Impulse was streaming Phasmo, and I saw Evil Notion said that the spirit box still has issues now and then. So I'm glad I didn't trust it fully last night. I'll still test it until I get more confident with the spirit box. I'm just worried, right? Like I'm worried that we're going to be on insanity. And it's really just insanity that makes me worry for this. I'm going to be on insanity, and we're going to need spirit box, and we're not going to get it because I'm trusting that voice works and voice doesn't work. So that I'm not going to trust it. I'm going to have to build my confidence back up in the spirit box. All in all, though, it felt better. Like yes, stuff still disappeared through the floor. Stuff was falling through tables. Yes, that still sucks. That's awful. I think that's part of that, like, endearing jankiness that everybody loves about Phasmo. Like, that's not game breaking, you know? But when the basic controls, just switching items in your hand, and like just the basic shit was awful. Exactly, Next. That's what I'm saying. Like there's part of it, there's a certain charm with Phasmo that you get because of the weird glitchies, right? Like that's what you want. I mean, ideally, no. The game is fun by itself, but it's not game breaking. It's more endearing. But like all in all, it was smoother. The game was just smoother. It felt better. I cannot get over Willow Street. Like I just cannot get over Willow Street. It feels so different, even though the layout is identical. Except for the basement. The basement layout is way different. But like it just feels good. It feels good. Like the whole it flows. It mostly makes sense. Mostly. There's some things about it, like only having one bedroom, but obviously 3 people live there. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's very, or at least 2 people live there. That feels weird. Um but that's a lore problem. That's not the way it plays problem. I don't want to say this and be horribly wrong. Okay, but I can see Willow Street becoming a lot of people's new favorite map and taking over that spot from Tanglewood. Because at no point last night did I go, oh God, I just want to be playing Tanglewood. Like, this is fine, but I'd rather be on Tanglewood. At no point did I think that. I asked at the beginning, do you want to flip to Tanglewood? Like, do you guys want to do a Tanglewood? But at no point did that feeling of I'd rather be on Tanglewood ever enter my head. And we're going to turn this down because I know that's going to be loud. That's very weird for me. Yeah, I've thought about it. Like, I wouldn't mind if they did some changes to some of the other maps. Tanglewood, they didn't break. Okay, they didn't break Tanglewood, but they didn't improve it. Does that make sense? I feel like Tanglewood was everybody's favorite, and Tanglewood was everybody's favorite after they updated it. But Tanglewood was everyone's favorite before by such a wide margin that even though, let's be honest, new Tanglewood is not as good as old Tanglewood. Even though that's the case, even though they made it worse, it was still better than everything else. Now I'm not so sure. Like, Willow Street, they really did a good job. Why did that spit me out? Oh, right, because this is where spawn is and my bed is broken. That's why. I was very confused for a second. No. Oh, because I closed the trapdoors on this one, so it's not accessible. Right. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, no, that shouldn't be the thing. That's the thing. But yeah, that's the long and the short of it. That's my thoughts on Phasmo. I think they did an amazing job. I think this is way better. They fixed a lot. They fixed the feel of the game. They did a much better job on Willow than they did on Tanglewood. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm really happy with what they did. So we'll see. All right, we're going to call it here. I'm going to keep doing what you've been seeing me do, which is mud. I'm going to be getting all of the mud. We're going to flip over, and then we're going to see who the hell we're going to raid. I think if they're still going, they are. We're going to raid. Wait, who else is going? Yes, we're going to raid Puppy's Tummies. They're doing family game night, and we love that. So we're going to go hang out with them. The raid message will pop up when I end stream. You guys be sure to announce your presence. Be kind, be family friendly. They are a family friendly stream over there. So please respect that. We will be back next week with more Minecraft. My pleasure, Nex. Anytime. Even if I'm not talking about neurodivergent shit, please feel free to drop in and ask questions if you've got them. I want this to be a safe place for people to learn and figure out their stuff. I'm still figuring it out, so let's do it together. But yeah, we will be back next week with more Minecraft on Monday. Depending on how much time I have this weekend, maybe we'll even start placing blocks. But until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful rest of whatever time zone you're in. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.